I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta. Today on the show, I'm joined by your favorite camp counselors, Zachariah Porter and Jonathan Carson. We chat about things that are for the birds and turning 100 together. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
M.
Oh.
M.
Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta. I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and YouTube talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman who eagerly awaits it drinks, especially if they're flavored with pearls. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta. Where are all the frozen yogurt places? I know it's 2024. I know things have changed. I know I complain about everything being more expensive. But the thing is, I feel like the option for frozen yogurt has been whittled down to like two places. There's like two national chains, and that's it. And I totally miss, 2013, 2014, somewhere around there, when there were frozen yogurt shops on every corner. Because that's what I like. I don't want to go to these places where they make it for you. I want to walk in and I want the option of having like a little cup or the big Mama Hoochie cup. Like I want the big one, right? I want to go up and pick the flavor, and I don't want a sour flavor. I want like traditional, just like vanilla or cheesecake. I want to fill that thing up. And you know what else I want to do? When I fill it up, I want to take the container and go. I want them air bubbles out of there because I want to fill it. I don't care how much it weighs. Actually, I probably do care how much it weighs now because everything's so damn expensive that it's probably going to be $1 million. Like when you go to, one of the juice places and you get a large juice and they're like, that's $12, $13 for a juice. Like I literally have not had frozen yogurt probably in 10 years. Just because I stopped thinking about it because I stopped seeing all the places that are like Yogurt 2000 or I don't even know the names of Johnny's Yogurt. I don't see them anymore. Maybe they're in the juice shops and I'm just not looking. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're in the boba shop. Did the boba shops take over all of the frozen yogurt shops? I don't know. When I was a kid, there was a chain place in Escondido, California. I'm sure there's more, but I was in Escondido. And it was called Heidi's Frozen Yozert. Yozurt. I feel like when I write in the air, it's prettier than when I write with a pen. Yozert. Like I can see how pretty that looks. Actually, I feel like when I write anymore, I do it so rarely, I forget how I write because I'm so used to typing on my phone. I forget what my penmanship looks like. Do I write in all capitals? Do I write in just capital for the first letter of the word of the sentence? Do I write in cursive? I don't think people even write in cursive anymore. I think that's weird when people are like, you kids don't even learn cursive anymore. So we learned how to square dance. What did that do for us? Right? They know how to operate phones better than we do. So who cares if you know how to write in cursive? You don't even know how to write a check. Who's writing a check? You probably have to write a check now for a yogurt if you went in because they're so damn expensive. But what I want is, I want the big thing. I want the air bubbles out of it. And then I want to get traditional flavor. So just original or probably vanilla, whatever it was called. And then I would get hot spiced apples on top of it. And then I would get peanuts. And then I would get oatmeal crumble. That was my favorite. I love that because it's like an apple pie, right? Fast forward to like, the mid 2000s when these shops were on every corner. I would want to put first start with a syrup, like a chocolate syrup, right? Or a fudge. Chocolate syrup and hot fudge are so vastly different, but I'll have either one. Then I might sneak a little bit of strawberry syrup in there, and then probably fresh strawberries. And then I'll just go buck wild. I feel like I have no understanding of a recipe or a storyline when I do a frozen yogurt, because I'm like, I need gummy worms in here. I need Oreo in here. I need marshmallows. Like I just start adding stuff in there like I'm making a salad of sweets. And I don't want anything sour on my frozen yogurt. I'm not a sour treat person anyway. Like I don't like whatever sour babies, or I don't know what they're, airheads, maybe that's sour. I don't know. I'm not into that. I like fruity for sure, but I'm not going to fuck with anything sour on there. The Sour Patch, Sour Belt, Sour Airhead. I don't want any of that on there. And I'm probably not going to do like jelly beans on there too much. I know this sounds crazy, but as I'm looking back and thinking about toppings, I feel like I would hold the space for cereal on frozen yogurt. Like Captain Crunch sounds good. Fruity Pebbles sounds good. Shit. I might even go so far as to say, would I be crazy if I did vanilla, caramel sauce, and grape nuts? I don't know. I could do it. I could try. Maybe not even grape nuts. Maybe like Raisin Bran. I like raisins. A lot of people don't like raisins. I don't think they go in potato salad or macaroni salad, but I am saying I definitely hold the space for raisins. I like raisins and stuff. And I definitely like, I don't like a carrot raisin salad though. Ugh, don't bring that around me. I don't want that. But if I make a salad at a salad bar, I'm definitely putting raisins on it. Yes, on a regular salad, I'm going to do it. And if they don't have that, I'll put cranberries. And guess what? If they have both, I'll put both. You're not going to do anything about it. Imagine that on a frozen yogurt. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the toppings got too expensive on frozen yogurt, so they just couldn't do it. I'm trying to think in my mind where I live now. There's no frozen. I guess I could just Google it, but I don't think stuff's going to come up. You would see it, right? You know your shopping centers in your area, right? So you drive by and you're like, that shopping center is going to have a donut shop and Adriana's Insurance. There's going to be a Chinese food place. There's going to be like pay a gas bill, a laundromat, and then I would say a 99-cent store. Rest in peace. There's not going to be any of those anymore, at least for now. I'm waiting because, they said that they might bring back the 99-cent store. So we're waiting on that. But until then, they've taken away that. They've taken away the frozen yogurt. What's next? Probably the Chinese food. And then we'll have to go to Panda, which I love Panda. But we could talk for days about the people that work at Panda. I mean, the people that work at Panda are very serious about a scoop and then putting it in and then going, no, you need a couple less than that. And then they put it over here. That's why I had a frozen yogurt, like a Yogurt 2000 or whatever, where you make your own. You don't have to worry about it. You just fill it up and then they look at you like, well, you did it. You're going to pay for it. And I don't mind. You know what I mean? I don't mind. That's why I feel like maybe Panda is a place that should allow us to serve our own, and then they weigh it. And then at the end, they tell you what it is. I don't care. Charge me what you charge me. If it's $27, I mean, I'm not going to be happy about it. And I'm not going to be paying $27 for every meal, but I'll know, hey, you wanted it, they're going to charge you for it. And that's what I miss about those yogurt places, because it was sort of like the last frontier in sort of a buffet style eating. You know what I mean? Because you did your own thing. You put as much as you want. And I'm like, I want to see that syrup in there. So I'm like, I want syrup. I'm doing this. Not this. Not this. Not this. I'm doing this. I'm going syrup. Like that. I want it full. And I want to mix it around. And the thing is, I always end up getting the gummy bear or the gummy worm, and then it breaks my teeth. And I'm like, why did I put that in there? I could have had like 3 less gummy worms and 1 more scoop of peanuts. Because, when you get ice cream at McDonald's back in the day, you would get the hot fudge sundae and they would give you the packet of peanuts. But then suddenly everyone is allergic to peanuts. Like, where were all the people that were allergic to peanuts a long time ago? Were they just dying in front of us and we didn't know? Were they just dying at school and we were like, oh, wait, 11% of us had a peanut allergy? How do we not know that? They were dying all along. They were dying because of hot fudge sundaes. So anyway, McDonald's, of course, in typical McDonald's fashion, they're like, oh, somebody complained? We're going to erase that from the menu instead of just saying like, hey, these come sealed in a packet. If you want them, we'll give them to you. If you don't. But people are like, no, those are processed in a factory that also contains peanuts. So it might be on the outside of the package. So erase it from all of our memory. Can't be near my things or you're going to be in trouble. I think that's why there's no more yogurt around. There's no frozen yogurt because everybody got mad. Or because of the boba. Why is everybody so fixed on boba? Eating boba. Why? For what reason? I mean, I do hold this space for the idea of like a drink flavored with pearls. Like that. I mean, I know that's a boba, right? But pearls in a drink. That sounds pretty to me. You don't have to eat them. When I was a kid, we used to have on the back of the toilet, there would be those wicker baskets with like seashells in them. And then those round pearlized gel beads. And you would get them. They would be like Sarah Michaels or something like that with plastic wrap over it. And you would get it as a gift. And then you would put it on the back of the toilet. And the bathroom would be like peach and green or mauve and tan or whatever. And then that would be like, oh, when I have a bath. It was the mother of the bath bomb. But they were called like bath pearls. Imagine a boba or a pearl that big in your drink. Imagine a whole drink this big. If I had this full of those bath beads that big, then I might be into boba. If I was like, if I was like biting into that shit and it popped. Like almost like, no, I wouldn't like it because I'm not that into cherry tomatoes. Although I have to tell you, I'm growing because I had a salad the other day. We were at the Long Beach Symphony. I'm not trying to be all like, ha, 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 fa, 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 fa. I was at the symphony, but I was. I happened to be at the symphony and I was sharing a table with some lovely gentlemen, 1 from here, 3 from Brazil. And then my friends Jules and me and Dee and Natasha were all there. And they brought out a spread of food. And they had, beautiful salad. And it had those tomatoes. And I thought, this is really good. I could do this. Because it wasn't such an explosion. It was like they were small. They were like little grape tomatoes. So it wasn't that bad. So I was into that. So imagine a boba drink with those big ass flavored pearls inside of it. That sounds so good to me. But it doesn't sound better than a frozen yogurt. I want to know who's responsible for the frozen yogurt and why they're gone. There should not be 2 chain places. For everything out there, there should be like, okay, so say you go to Panda, right? There's a Panda. Say you go to Payway. There's a Payway. There's a Pickup Sticks, okay? So those are the 3 main ones. And they're good, and they're reliable. But then you love your places around you that are like, whatever, Walk Express or Golden Palace or whatever it is where you go in and they have the deal or whatever and they're serving it and you're like, oh, wow, that's great. And you're like, oh my God, are you going to stop? And they never stop and they have to press it down and put duct tape over it, like to make sure that thing's closed. You like going to those places too, right? That's what I'm saying. Those exist still. And then so do the chain places. But who decided that frozen yogurt shops just didn't make it anymore? The times that I remember getting a frozen yogurt the best is back in the day. I used to get my nails done. Like these are artificial nails that I put on for one-time use. So when I'm done wearing these, I take them off. But once upon a time, I used to go to Sheila 3 Nails in Norwalk, California, and I used to get full sets of acrylic nails, and I wore them all the time. I would get acrylic nails, and I would get my pedicure done, and I still get a pedicure done, and I just have like clear, like the protective put on. But I used to get red. It was called $1 Million Red, or I would get Tiki Punch, or I would get French Manicure. Those were my colors. And right next door was the yogurt place. And I can remember sitting there waiting for my nails to dry because this is before gel. Like you couldn't get it done fast. You had to or put your nail next to the little fan like that. Or they would spray the can that said that it was going to speed it up. That wasn't speeding anything up. And I would sit there and I would go, oh my God, as soon as these are dry, I'm getting a yogurt. And I would go over and as soon as they were done, I would go get my frozen yogurt. And yeah, people would look at me crazy, whatever. I was, one of the only homosexuals running around town, at least in my area, in my neighborhood, with full acrylic nails, literally this long, right? and I would get that yogurt and I would think like, ooh, this is the day. This is a good day. Nail appointment, pedicure appointment. I would go next door, get my frozen yogurt. I would sit in the car. I would put in my music. I would be like, ooh, bitch, this is what I'm talking about. Those were simpler times. You know what I mean? I mean, I was getting a full set for $27. Who gets a full set of nails for $27 anymore? And I'm not saying, times don't change or whatever. I'm just saying I can remember when money went a little bit further, but I can also remember at the time my mom and everyone else in my family saying things used to be so much cheaper. And I'm like, get with the times. What do you mean? This costs nothing. Now look at us. We can't even get a fucking yogurt. A juice is $13. How much is a set of nails even? My God. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I want to see me take a break. Today's guests are the hosts of the Good Natured podcast, Camp Counselors. They're hilarious and have traveled here all the way from Camp Shady Birch. It's your favorite camp counselors, Zachariah Porter and Jonathan Carson.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh my God, this is a dream come true.
No, this is mine. Off camera already, I'm an idiot because I get excited about certain things. And, we get drag race people and we get friends, but I feel like I'm friends with you because I follow you and I literally, a video will come up of either one of you or your separate accounts or a camp counselor, and I'll watch it and I'm like, what did I miss? So I'll have to go back up and I'm like, oh, pinned. Well, I already saw that. And I know that the three of us are Aquarius, so it could be that. Although we know nothing about.
Yeah, we don't know anything about astrology.
Anything.
I know a lot about Aquariuses because I'm vain in that sense where I'm like, I need to know about myself. But when someone's like, oh, you're a Taurus, I don't get the reference. I don't get the point.
I don't either. And I've actually had people clock me because there was somebody who was here not long ago and she said something like, well, I'm a Taurus or whatever. And I was like, see? I mean, and then I thought, you don't know what that means.
Oh, but you can always just be
She
like,
loved
that
it,
means
though.
so much. Like, obviously.
Right. I don't know. I don't get it. We have something in common. That is that our podcast kind of started around the same time. And you're approaching 100 episodes. It's like right around the corner.
Yes.
Does it feel like, it feels weird, right?
Yeah. Triple digits. It's going to be weird, but like exciting.
Yeah, I feel like the first couple, for me, the first 20 episodes, we were trying to get our footing, but now it's been like, go, go, go.
When you launched your podcast, did you know exactly what you wanted it to be about?
At the beginning, I would say we knew we wanted to do something together, but it took us a bit to figure out what it was. And we were out at lunch one day, and it was mostly like you kind of came up with the fact that we're both loud, gay men who really give off camp counselor energy because it's like we're like a safe space for people, so we just kind of went with a camping theme and turned it into like a variety show and with segments because we both like structure, and we're like, well, now what are we going to talk about?
It's fun. The whole thing is a lie. It's all a fake camp. And it's fun because we just make up shit about it every single day. And the audience has really been receptive of it. So they know the lore of it and they check us when we're incorrect. They're like, well, that wasn't that cabin. The craft cabin's cabin number 4.
And we're like,
Oh, wow.
Everybody's really bought into this like whole universe where the listeners are campers and literally like anyone's invited. And sometimes it feels like an inside joke, but we try to like get everybody in on the inside joke so nobody feels outside of it.
I love that.
But now that I'm thinking about it, because we're at the same length time here, what is your plan for your 100th episode? Are you doing something kind of different or special?
Yeah, well, we're going to do a live recording. I think we're going to bring a guest that's like sort of integral to the podcast that, without spilling, somebody that just,
Makes sense.
It makes so much sense. But that will record live. So that'll be fun. And it's just all the ideas of like, do we maybe bring the desk? Do we like, things that your own trappings from home? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Your setup here is gorgeous. This is the real deal.
We're really lucky with this space. We had a set change. Forever Dog and Mom invested in this, and I was really excited about it. I'm always proud of this desk because Eris, the person that did the set design, knew that I wanted this style, which they call an executive desk, and that just means anything closed in the front. And the idea was in my mind, an old makeup counter,
Yes.
but then also like ice cream parlor in some way.
Okay.
She was like, I'll figure that out. Okay. And she did. And
She
like,
definitely did. It looks
Wow.
great.
she's fun. She's so great at this. And even like Meatball made the curtains.
Oh, so
Yeah.
Do you
So-
think you'll keep this forever? Is this going to be like? I feel like you're attached to it.
I think so. There's actually, again, in this room, there's so many other things. Like you can see that over there. There's other podcasts that will come in here. So as soon as we're done, it breaks down and turns into like a basement that looks like people watching movies.
Yeah.
And then then it'll turn into sometimes bands are playing up here. So everybody's stuff just kind of files through there in other rooms. I would like to keep this. If you go into one of the bathrooms, you'll see this massive like matte black desk for Halloween, because at Halloween I like to do very scary Delta
Mhm.
and then at Christmas very merry.
Mhm.
So I need like room, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got you.
So if you go in that bathroom, you'll be like, why is that weird gothic desk just sitting there? It's waiting there because I have to use it for a month.
Which one do you prefer? Are you a Christmas girl or a Halloween girl?
I come alive around August 1st is when it really happens for me, because I start seeing Halloween in the stores and Christmas in the stores.
Mm.
So it's the whole season.
Mm.
And then I shut down about beginning of March. So right now I'm on autopilot. I'm kind of like one of those cars that drives itself right now.
Yeah.
I can't go outside. If I start sweating, I'm pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about this. You used to work at Old Navy?
Yeah, I
Me too.
did. You did?
I did. I
you?
did. I was a men's manager at Old Navy.
Oh my god!
And
Did you
I
love
loved
it?
I loved it at the time, but then I also realized that there was a hierarchy that I didn't understand when I first got hired, which was that I really wanted to be at the Gap.
Oh,
Right? So there
yeah.
was like, but then other people were like, really? You really wanted to be at Banana Republic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, I'm so lost. Like I'm very down here.
It's tiered. It's tiered.
It's so tiered, yeah.
But the discount worked at every store.
Right.
So talk your shit about Old Navy. I was still getting 50% off at denim.
You got
Right.
50% off?
Yeah, at Banana and Gap, I got 50% off, but they would only give us 25% off at Old Navy when I was there because it already wasn't like that expensive.
Right.
But the prices have gone up a lot at Old Navy.
They have.
It's not the value it used to be.
I feel like when I was there, they gave us like a different percentage off clothing that we were technically wearing to work.
Yes.
And I remember when I first got hired, I was like, what if they don't have my size? And I said that to someone and they were like, oh no, we have this thing where you can online shop. I'm talking, that's how long ago.
Like,
They were like,
online
have you heard of
shopping?
online shopping? It's one click away. And I was like, what is that? And they were like, big and tall. Which big and tall, every time you go to a big and tall store, neither one of you will ever experience this, I don't think. But it's big.
Yeah.
There's no tall.
Well, you know what's funny about Old Navy? I was super flamboyant in high school, and it was such a safe space for me.
Was?
Yeah, no, but I was only working with like middle-aged women.
Okay.
And they championed me, and they thought I was like the coolest, like funniest person ever. So I think it was like I liked going there because everyone was like super supportive of me and was like, "There's our little gay best friend Zachariah working the register."
Aw.
So yeah, I still talk to those women all the time. They
I
were such
love that.
sweeties. They are.
I love that. Your name is Zachariah. People call you Zachariah, not Zach, not.
No, Zach's fine. I just
Zach's
like
fine.
always go by Zachariah because then people, if I say Zach, they go to Zachary, and that's not my name.
Right.
Completely different. But yeah, I like the full biblical name.
See, same here. My birth name is Gabriel. But
Love that.
yeah, so when people like family members call me Gabriel, there's like a handful that might say Gabe, but I'm not that into it, especially strangers. I'm like, But then when I
You don't
hear
know
people
me.
that will call me that when I'm in drag, I feel like if I hear it, I'm like, my mom's here. Only my mother would say that name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's always so weird.
Sassy.
How did the two of you meet?
So we were at a magic show,
Okay.
and I got called on stage to be a little magician's assistant,
Mm-hmm.
and they needed somebody else, and he was on the other side of the crowd, and they called him up too.
And then it was like this like really complex trick. So someone had to get in the box, and they were gonna cut in half. So he was like, "I want to do it," and I said, "I'm smaller," and then he pushed me. No, we can't.
No, we didn't. We didn't meet at a magic show. Instagram.
We met Instagram. Yeah.
Why did you pull me into this shit? I was seriously like,
I know you were waiting for us to be solved.
because these two to me are like, they're just princes. I mean, I really do think that you're magical, but you can be snarky and fun. And I always feel like whatever you're observing or whatever you're talking about, I never feel like it's above anyone. I feel like you are laughing with everyone. And there's a lot of content creators that make stuff that you're like, oh, should I know this or should I know that? And you're like totally on this ride with people. And the both of you are literally, it's like, there's not one overshadow. It's like you're both just climbing successfully with your podcast, but then also in your own realm, in your own lanes. And it's fucking exciting to me.
Thank
That was the kindest thing I've
It's so
honestly
true.
ever heard. Thank you.
It's so true. And when I watch, I'm just like, I said to Doug, I was like, you think we'd ever be able to get like them? Like, I love them. I love watching them. I love the way they look at each other. And I love seeing it. You know, I love seeing it for all of, you know, when people go, I hate this term, when they go, I love that for you. I think that's so cunty. I love that for us. I love it for us, for everybody that has a podcast or has creates characters online or makes Zillow, whatever it is. I love that we're able to see that and go, you can be funny, you can be ridiculous, you can be silly, but you don't always have to be mean to everybody for everything. You can, there's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't always have to come from a mean place.
Right.
Right?
Exactly. Thank you. Have you considered running for like mayor or something?
Oh my
Because like
gosh,
I'm
stop.
like, where can I vote?
Let's take a break. We are back with the camp counselors, Jonathan and Zachariah. I feel like I want to keep jumping back and forth because it's like you both have accounts and you both have these followings for completely different things. I remember falling in love with your Zillow listings. Are you kidding me? What is the craziest thing that you found? Because they're all crazy.
Oh, I don't know. I've done like almost 200 at this point. I just like find crazy houses. People send me tons and I just review them. I saw a toilet in the middle of the stairs. Like, you know how, like,
Goodbye.
I'm not even kidding. Like it was before like AI art started taking off. So I'm like, what is going on here? But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would be the craziest house I would have done.
I mean, I've just seen like, again, where it's like a toilet just in sort of a random like alcove of a room. And it's like, why is that there? What does that even mean? Or even when there's like the bunkers or the little stairs that go down to like,
there?
why?
And the top, like it's a completely normal house. And then you go downstairs and there's like a little town.
I love
like, what
that,
is
though.
this?
That's fun, but
It's
weird.
fun. It's spooky. And then there's the other like houses that have weird quirks. But to me, it's not interesting enough to create a whole video about. But I've seen an outlet like basically in the basin of a sink. For what? I don't know. A blender maybe?
Yeah.
Hamilton Beach. I don't
Or the
know.
way they even like the pictures that they take, you're like that's the picture you took. Like you really thought that like a stained mattress. You couldn't just hide that.
I've seen pictures where they're zooming in on tchotchkes, fresh flowers. I'm like, they're not coming with the home babes. Like, what is this?
I'm even like, if I take pictures of my cats all the time, I'm like adjusting the blanket and then I'm like, put your legs out, like lay it like you're really lounging. I don't want you like amputee, because they lay like amputee.
Yeah, when they're cold.
And
yeah.
I'm like, don't do that. I want it to be like this. I want people to think I have like a luxurious cat, you know?
Yeah.
So why aren't people doing that on Zillow?
And you're not even selling a house with the cat. You're just like
No.
really trying to capture the moment. I don't know.
Do you both have pets?
We have a cat. Well,
Tell
it's my
me.
cat. Her name's Buffy. She came from the streets of Philadelphia.
Okay.
She is a mother of 3. I've
Mhm.
never met the children. They don't call on her birthday either, but
Okay.
that's all right. They got adopted out to like a hipster couple somewhere in Fishtown.
It's like,
Oh,
yeah.
Does she like both of you, or does she have a preference?
She loves me a lot more.
Me and her are roommates.
Okay.
She did lay on your lap for the first time. I took a picture.
2 years into living together, she said, "Oh, maybe I'll sit with him for a minute." I think she actually had like a cataract. I don't think she even realized she was not on him. She looked over and she was like, "Wait, who am I sitting on?" She's sweet though. Actually, some cats are real bitches, and
Right.
she's not that girl. She's very sweet.
Okay.
What about your cats? Are they nice?
No, they are. My boy cat is very attached to me, but he loves the 3 of us that live in the house, my mother and my partner. But Cha-Cha, who's a skinny little black cat, she really, really loves Davy. Like, she loves to groom his beard. And he'll tell me, he's like, I've got to take a shower. And I'm like, because his beard will look like this. And I'm like, what happened? He's like, she's been licking my beard.
Ew.
I need to clean this. Like, and it'll be like that, right?
Little blowout.
Gross. I mean, it's gross.
He's like, was it stretching it out? Like,
Yeah,
Well,
he
'cause
looks
their
like
tongues are
like Ichabod Crane or something. Like it's all. Recently, we have Popeyes here. You have Popeyes back home?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
What's you live in specifically what city?
Brooklyn, New York.
Okay,
Yeah,
Brooklyn. Okay, so you do have Popeyes there,
totally.
Mm.
but you probably have other food that's fried chicken that's better than Popeyes.
I love just like a chain restaurant. I do.
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing wrong with the Popeyes. I'm sure I could get a better one that has a 45-minute wait that I'm standing outside for, but Popeyes is on DoorDash, and I
Mhm.
support Popeyes.
Popeyes is on DoorDash here as well, and I don't support it here.
Why?
I've tried. I tried. I was in Phoenix for a gig, and then I tried, and I was like, what happened to the tenders? Like, I'm talking about this big, like, and I remember them being bigger. And here's my thing: I would rather have less but bigger than a bunch that are small, because they're literally fingers. Like they're like,
That's not okay.
it's not okay with me. And this is what I think it is. I think people in other parts of the country where something originates, they're proud of it. So like in the South or like back East, maybe Popeyes is way better than in California. Because in California, they just send one person to open it and they're like, you guys are good. And then everybody here's like, wow, what do we do fried chicken? We're known for In-N-Out. And then nobody knows what they're doing.
You're right though. That's so true. Because I love Dunkin'. Dunkin' is so good in Massachusetts, and then you get in other parts of the country, and everyone's like, "Oh, Dunkin's trash." Well, it's not. It's better where it's based. Do you know what I mean? What are you gonna punch me? What's happening?
The thing about the Dunkin' is that it is so garbage here. And everyone's always about the Dunkin'. I've heard you guys, you had a partnership.
Mm.
And I feel like I deserve to just give myself a trip to go to the East Coast to really have it the way it should be.
Mm.
The way I had Tim Hortons in Canada. And I was like, oh God, this is so good. Right. And then other people are like, oh no, when you've had it other places, it's not as good. It's this way, it's that way. And I think that's what it is. Like I imagine here we have In-N-Out. And I'm not the biggest. In-N-Out's fine.
Mm.
I'm not dying for In-N-Out. But it's because I've always known it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But other people come here and they're like, oh, In-N-Out, it's so good. And I hope that it is, just that it lives up to its hype so California can have something.
What about Del Taco? I've never had that. Is that worth the trip?
Oh, I
Yeah.
had Del Taco.
What should I be getting at Del Taco?
You're going to go to Del Taco. You're going to get a quesadilla with extra cheese. Don't get the chips and cheese because that's a white queso. I don't like white queso. I want the orange from the can. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I want prefab. But Del Taco's claim to fame is that they grate their cheese every morning.
Okay.
So you know how
Wow.
they say when you get like packaged cheese, you're supposed to rinse it.
I'm not doing that, but I know you're
Wait.
supposed to.
You didn't know that?
Run that back. You're supposed to rinse it?
You're supposed to rinse your packaged shreds because they've got a powder on them that prevent them from melting as much as they should. So you just run them through. I know it's weird. I don't do it.
What is the powder, I wonder?
The powder that's on fruit snacks, same kind of thing, like that
Do you
flour.
rinse your fruit snacks?
No, but do you ever have like a Welch's fruit snack or something like that? And it's like, oh, what's this little like cakiness to it?
Right,
I kind of
right.
like
Oh, it's giving
You
cornstarch.
like it?
It's like cornstarch or
Mm.
something.
Wait, what do you when you go on a plane?
Oh, yes.
Do you bring snacks from the airport? Do you bring your own? What do you do?
Totally.
Oh,
Both
I
of you.
You're
love
very specific. You're
Okay, because I need
love-
this.
okay.
I love what people do. This.
the resealable Cheez-Its. First off, the fact that it's resealable, incredible, because
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna eat most of it and then save a little bit for the hotel when I land. But it's resealable, so it's just like it's not gonna get all over the inside of my bag, whatever. But I do like the white cheddar, which is the stinkiest of the Cheez-Its in my
Okay.
opinion. But I'm not gonna go for something else because it's just like I don't know the people around me, so I'm not snacking for them. I'm snacking for me. you
Right,
know?
right. Okay, what about you?
I'm okay with the snacks on the plane.
Like what they offer up.
Yeah, I find that whole experience to be very exciting. I always take everything that they're offering.
Mhm.
I love the biscotti cookies. They're called the Biscoff
Oh, they're
cookies.
so good.
Those are so good. I like a pretzel, a cracker of some sort. When we were flying to Mexico, we got breakfast.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't good, but it was exciting to get it and do
Mhm.
a little review. The eggs were spooky.
They were weird.
What
Almost
happened?
Like
I don't even-
texture.
It was very ricey, almost like sandy. You ever had sandy eggs?
Yeah. Well, that's happens to
I
the
ate
cruise
it.
too. The cruise eggs are very strange too. Ever had cruise eggs?
I've never been on a cruise.
Oh, the food's typically okay. I think you'd
Oh.
love a cruise.
See, people say that, but then I'm like, like I've wanted to do those drag cruises. Like people go, oh, you should come do it. It's so great. It's a free cruise. And my problem is that I don't want, like, I feel like if people go on that and they book to see drag queens, the idea is that when they see you at any point, they should have access to you because that's what they think is happening. And my fear is that they're going to catch me. Like, not that, I mean, listen, I'm probably like that all the time, but I don't want them to always be like, you ready for a picture? You ready to eat? You ready to, no
separation.
And I feel like if you're constantly accessible, then I don't get any control over packaging the way it's going to look.
Yeah.
Right. Separation of church and state.
Separation of church and state. It's like when I sit here, this is fine here. But the reason that we have this kind of desk and always have is because we don't want people to know that there's a possum in the woods, as Sonique said. There's just too much going on under here for people to go, wow, you put a lot of effort in, didn't you? Because, it's like a RuPaul thing where after she does her runway walk, she walks off and the bottom half goes away. So that's why a lot of the dresses that you see, like on Drag Race, they are, even though they don't look like two-piece, they are two-piece. Or they're able to jack up easier and she's got track pants on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what if somebody sees me like that on a cruise? Or actually, what if they even see me just not in drag and they're like, what is that?
You wouldn't be able to avoid them too. It's too long. Yeah. And then what do you lock yourself in the room? There's no point.
Right.
In that. Yeah. I can see why that'd be an
Is
issue.
the pool really all salted water?
Oh, it's salty. I don't know if it's salted.
We saw napkins floating, and then Jonathan saw
I saw Pico de Gallo.
a scoop of Pico de Gallo float
Stop
by.
it.
That is beyond.
Loose leaf Pico de Gallo floating
Stop it.
by. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I have a video of
What
it.
did it taste like? Did you not?
Salty.
Someone
Salty,
grab us a
that's why it was
chip.
salty.
You know what? You could have gotten the shredded cheese, rinse it off. Maybe that's what it was.
They were trying to eat properly.
Exactly.
It's what they were trying to do. Exactly. Guilty pleasure for you is just talking shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where did you learn that?
I've been I've been friends with the same people my entire life. You know what I mean? And I don't think there's anything wrong with talking shit. I think when the girls get together and a drink gets flowing, it's good to debrief on everyone we know. And that's the beauty of like knowing the same people, is that we can constantly bring up the same 4 people every single time we're together. I love it though.
Yeah, those are the best kind of friendships to have, are the ones where you're in a room and you like look at each other after somebody says something completely insane and you're like, or you step on someone's foot, or you like, push in, or you just do something where they're like, what? Oh,
We will be debriefing later.
We do that a lot too.
We do.
You have to, absolutely. You have to, because you see the insanity of people that maybe you didn't even realize were that insane or that much, or even yourself. You're like, oh my God, did you see me responding to this? I look fucking crazy. And that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. How many wigs do you own? You have to have a lot of wigs.
Yeah, and I think you'd be very disappointed to see how I store them.
Oh, I don't think so, because I think we store them the same way. Even my styled wigs I throw in a tub.
Yeah, they're all in like little plastic tubs based
Easy.
on color. I probably have like 35.
That's good.
Yeah, but
That's
I don't have
good.
great quality. Like honestly though, $4 on Amazon, you can get something really great.
I love the idea of just having like tons of wigs and
It's
wearing
so fun.
wigs. And I love seeing all your characters come to life with those wigs, because sometimes it really is just 1 or 2 trappings that really make the character, because there is literally something to a lady who does that. There's that lady, right? Or there's that lady that's just insane. Like, it really is, if you have something you can play with, it says who she is.
Yeah.
It says who she is. And I think that really, really matters. That's what makes it fun to say, if someone's like not fully in drag, it's like, but they are in drag because that's the character. You can look beyond that. What inspires you for these women?
I love doing the female characters. That's the people I grew up around, truly. And the movie and the content that I consume. I think it always just depends on like one little element that I catch in life and I'm like, oh, let's make a movie about this, or like a little video. But the male character, I saw those Newport cigarette shorts on an Instagram ad and I was like, these are $30 and I know exactly what I'm doing this is like, I'm making my brother, I'm making the guys that were in high school with me. Like, it's just like certain little things trigger a memory that trigger a character, and it's all built off of that.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I
so fun.
love it. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, thank you. It's like the best way to spend my days is in a wig and those same bra I wear in every single video.
And how does the bra feel when it's on?
Well, I don't think it's the right size.
You don't?
No.
What size is it?
I don't even know. It's so tight. It kind of hurts. I wish I brought it.
Well, do you know what your jacket size is, like for if you wear a suit?
I
maybe?
think it's a 40 or 42.
Oh, so maybe you need like a 38 D.
Oh, this is so funny. I should make a video doing my bra size.
You should go to Lane Bryant for a free bra fitting. They'll do it for you. And I'm not saying that you need to go there because you're plus size. I'm just saying you go there because you probably want a bigger boob. You know what I mean? Because you want it to look proportionate.
My friend brought me a breastplate off Amazon for Christmas, and I can't. She's gonna hear this and she's gonna be so sad. I love you, Kira. It's the problem with it is it was $60, so it's not really giving the. Do you remember when Saphira on this last season had that really tiny one? They were calling it
and it was like narrow in a way.
Yeah.
Mine, it's got to be the same one. It's so
tight.
narrow, and to put that thing on, oh my god, I'm peeling it over my body. It's the wrong size and everything, but yeah, no, I do need a fresh bra, and to never put on that breastplate ever.
Maybe if you did like some kind of ruffly jacket or something, it would like bring the attention in.
Yeah,
and you could still wear it. I think so.
Yeah, we'll make it work.
Yeah, let's take a break. This is not technically a show where we deal too much with like the paranormal or anything like that, but I'm very intrigued and I hold the space for it. What about an exorcism on a haunted doll?
Is this on YouTube? An old video? Yeah, a very long time ago. I have this.
Would you do it again?
Bring back your old YouTube.
I
Bring
should. It was a
so
crazy
We all
time.
have old YouTube. I have people scrubbing YouTube as we speak.
So I gotta
Get to
scrub it
work.
clean. My God. Yeah, no, I have this doll and it is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, it is.
I'm used to it, but it is somewhat haunted and weird things happened since I got it. It was actually my ex's mom gave it to me.
Okay.
She was like, "Oh, I saw this in a store. It reminded me of you." And I'm like, "Thank you."
A scary doll reminded me of you.
Yeah. My cat doesn't really love it, which tells me something.
We
I
used to
feel
have
like
it
cats are
out in the
smart.
living room, and I was like, can we just like not have this as like a centerpiece of our house?
What does it look like?
It's a marionette, like an old.
Oh, that's
marionette.
already, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got like a purple clown cone on top of its head.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those dolls? Some people have them, and they look like they're crying in a corner.
My Nana that would stand up, like the tall ones that would stand up and like denim. Yeah. Yeah, and
What is that?
I don't know. And we would have to do that if we were bad at her house.
Yeah.
Go stand by the doll. Okay, Nana. Like
That is twisted.
yeah.
That is wait, but let's bring that back. Like, I kind of
Those
like
kind
that.
of dolls.
Yeah, or just like punishment by leaning against the wall.
That'd be a great Halloween costume. It's like, oh, you don't get it. Hold on, let me go against the wall real quick.
Yeah. Are either of your families religious at all? Yeah.
No, not anymore. I grew up super religious.
Yeah, not really in particular. More
No,
like
what kind of
spiritual.
church?
Nazarene, Christian.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to Christian school growing up, went to youth group, Christian camps. I was on a church hip hop dance team.
Crumping for Christ.
Do you know the song though? Like Shackles by Mary Mary?
Yes.
I don't care what genre if you don't like Christian that is an incredible.
Oh, it's a great song.
Incredible song.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did that for many years, enough to get multiple t-shirts throughout the journey of it.
Wow.
Yeah, I just had to express myself for the Lord.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. There's a lady on Instagram, and she goes, "Shine for Jesus, shine for Jesus." I asked that about religious because I was just wondering if anything with the doll, like if that was a thing at all.
Oh, no, not really.
It's just a fucking scary doll.
Yeah. It's kind of like scary to get rid of it because I feel like if things are okay and it's hanging around and we're coexisting, it's kosher, everything's great. But then if I go to get rid of it, I don't want to piss it off.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't know what happens from there. And you can't unget rid of it if you don't know where it is.
Well, and if you get rid of it and it comes back,
don't do this.
it will. It'll come back.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
It's crawling its way through the living room.
This is the part of the show that we call Read Me Delta. People send in letters with questions, queries, sometimes comments, and we don't welcome your comments. But we do welcome your questions or advice or suggestions. If you want one of your letters answered, send it to readmedelta@gmail.com. We would love that. Read Me Delta! Hi, Delta and Camp Counselors. I'm very close to moving in with my boyfriend of 2 years, and I need some advice. I'm in my early 30s, and I've never lived with anyone outside of my immediate family. I'm from a rural area, and he lives in the heart of Los Angeles. What I want to know is, what are some do's and don'ts of living with someone for the first time? What should I prepare for? Thank you for your time, Anthony.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Interesting.
That's actually like really relatable because we moved in together like 2 years ago.
I've never been afraid of moving in with somebody though. You know what I mean? I think you like sometimes I think you just need to make a jump. But this is about the do's and don'ts. Communication, huge. I always think too, especially between me and Jonathan, we have a really good understanding of like that we're in it for the long haul. So when we have a blowout, that's what it is, and it's not going to deter us from being together. Like things happen, fights happen. I think it's all about how you pick it up and move on and move forward. And I think a lot of stress can happen living together.
Mhm.
So I think just knowing why you did it in the first place and keeping like your not eye on the prize, but just your focus on like why you love each other, because
Yeah.
fights are going to happen.
Yeah, just keep your side of the bedroom clean too. I feel like we never have that issue, but I feel like some people moving in with each other, you don't fully know a person until you live with
Right.
them.
I think that, yeah, you hit on the idea of like keeping your side of the room clean.
Yeah.
It can be tough if you are in a small space. I don't know. We were in a small space for a very long time, and you can like trample over one another. So it's important to sort of have a space, even if it's not, say you live in an apartment. Maybe it's not inside the apartment, but maybe there's a place where you go where you can sit by yourself, because it's important to have alone time, in the sense that you need to be alone with your thoughts to be creative, or to be sure that what you're saying is exactly what you want to say and how you want to phrase it without hurting someone's feelings. Because we all, there's times where we shoot from the hip, or we speak from our heart, but we don't take our head with us, and we're like, I didn't mean it that way. You know what I mean? So give yourself some grace, and give your partner some grace as well, I think.
Totally,
For sure.
yeah.
For sure.
And be excited about it. Have
Yeah,
fun.
excited.
don't leave
yeah.
streak marks in the toilet, please.
Oh God.
Do not leave shit Sharpies in the toilet. and that's good. Dear Delta and lovely guests, do you feed the birds? I enjoy the sound of bird song throughout the day, but I have neighbors that find it mildly bothersome. I feel it would be a shame to deprive the local birds of a dependable meal just because they make sounds. I struggle to find an equitable solution to compromise for myself, the birds, and my neighbors. What are your thoughts? Also, are there any garden variety birds that you consider to be very Delta? Or do you feel a particular affinity for any other bird, like a cardinal, a sparrow, a dove? Thank you, and be well, Jordan.
What a fun
that is a good
question.
I know. I love that question.
I want to get into birding.
Yeah.
What a hot sport.
See, I can't believe you said that, because that's what I've been thinking about. Honestly, since we moved into the house, we the back wall borders a plant nursery.
Okay.
And so they do like retail, but they also do like landscape companies will come in and pick up what they need. Well, we get a ton of birds, because opposite of that is the San Gabriel riverbed, and which, for anybody that's watching from somewhere else, it's not a beautiful river. It's a cement riverbed that is draining whatever gross water, but tons of birds come through there. And so I bought one of those things where it's got a Bluetooth on it, and it'll tell you what bird is there feeding. Of course, it's been
Fantastic.
sitting there for 3 months. I haven't put it up yet.
Yeah,
But
you
I
gotta get the
plan to,
batteries. Yeah.
And I'm very in love with birds. The sounds, the cats have lost their minds,
Mhm.
of course. And I'm in love with cardinals, because I learned a couple of years ago, I didn't know that only male cardinals are red.
Oh.
Never knew that.
Well, what do the other ones look like?
There are other colors, I guess. Brown. I don't know.
It's like a
I thought a
brownish red.
cardinal was supposed to be only red, all. But when I was a kid, every box of Christmas cards was 2 red cardinals in a nest. So then I was like, wait a minute. I've got to get on eBay. I've got to go to 99-cent store, all the places that have those traditional cards, because from now on, I want all my Christmas cards to be 2 red cardinals in a nest.
Because
What
they're
the
gay.
cutest thing ever.
It
They're
is.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, so I say feed the birds, Jordan.
Yeah,
You
why
know,
are they upset
if the
about the
neighbors
birds?
are mad, like maybe if it's like too close to the house and you have a yard and you have the space to do so, maybe move it a little bit away. And there you go. Everybody's happy. But don't stop feeding the birds. Like what?
It can get expensive though.
It can be
Oh, I bet.
expensive.
Bird
Yeah.
seed is not cheap, and once they know that you're a feeder,
Mm.
they're going to be swooping down. But I say support the birds.
Support the local birds.
That's exciting. So is a cardinal your favorite bird?
I think so. I think, I kind of love them all. I really do. I love tropical birds. I love posting. I've been posting pictures of birds every time I see them. Like, when you'll get a sponsored or a feed and then you'll click on something and then suddenly you're always getting other accounts just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I see them, they're just so different. There's so many kinds. And sometimes I can't tell, like, is this computer generated or is there really a bird that looks like that? You see the peacocks that open up and they're hot pink. I'm like, I don't think there's hot pink peacocks.
No, but it's worth sharing with friends.
It is worth sharing.
Yeah.
What about bird shit everywhere? Like, there's that.
They can ruin your car paint for sure.
And you know what I do see a lot of times in downtown, because we shop the fashion district, the garment district, all that. There's people that will throw out food, and what they'll throw out is uncooked rice. Well, that swells. What happens when the birds eat it?
Oh, no, that's probably a real issue. You're not even supposed to feed birds bread, because I made a video about that once. It was an ad, and I went to the park to feed bread to birds because I grew up doing that. That's a pretty normal thing, but the bread swells in bird stomachs and it can kill them. So not only was the brand upset that I've been getting all these hate comments, but I didn't know. I felt bad, but I couldn't delete the video. It was a real mess. So don't feed bread to birds.
You should see what happens when you feed them Alka-Seltzer.
Oh. Bread smoothie.
Death by bloat. Gross. Can you imagine?
I say feed the birds. I mean, honestly, if your neighbors don't like it, too bad. Unless it's a rule in your community where you live. Some people, you have rules that you have to adhere to in an apartment building or a condo or whatever. Do people say condo anymore?
Yeah, there's still condos for sure.
What's the difference between a condo and an apartment? Nothing.
It feels very Miami.
Yeah,
it does. It does feel like that. A condo. I'm in the condo. Like, there's a way that you say that. Oh, do you want to come by my condo?
Exactly.
I'm in the condo. Thank you for being here. This was so fun. It blew by really fast.
I could talk to you for days.
I could talk at you for days. I feel like that's all I've been doing. Just because I'm gaga. I'm excited. I'm gobsmacked that you're here. I appreciate it. I love you both so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having us here in this house where you live every day.
I'm excited about your 100th episode coming up.
Yours too.
Ours. We're all going to be 100.
Yeah.
Why not? We'll be 100 together. Thank you all so much for listening and watching Very Delta. Our show comes out every Monday. Subscribe to Mom Podcast YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode. Search for Very Delta on your favorite podcast apps to listen to the audio-only version if you can't take all of this visual beauty. You can also sign up for our premium offerings on Mom Plus Gold by visiting mompodcast.plus, where you get weekly episodes of more Very Delta. Don't forget to send all of your questions to readmedelta@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram @DeltaWork. And where can everyone find the both of you?
I'm my name's John on all socials, and then Camp Counselors is just Camp Counselors Pod.
I'm Zachariah Porter on basically everything. So
I'm on everything.
Yeah,
I'm on everything.
MySpace, AOL, all of it.
I keep it pushing.
Keep it pushing. And we will see you here next week. And until then, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Margot Padilla. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. Hi, I'm Alaska Thunderfuck 5000 from the planet Glamtron.
Mom!
To listen to Very Delta ad-free, one day early, and to get access to more Very Delta and all of Mom Podcast's premium content, check out Mom Plus Gold at mompodcast.plus.